You see, for Donald Trump, our economy works best if it works for those who own the big skyscrapers, not those who actually build them, not those who wire them, not those who mop the floors.
You know, honestly, this is really hard to buy. Kamala is kind of reading the same talking points that have always been said by Democrats, that the rich aren't paying enough taxes and we're going to raise up the middle class. The people who, whether we like it or not, the people who start businesses, small businesses to medium-sized businesses, they are the ones that create the jobs. And also, you know, a thing to reckon with is just the fact, you know, I've said it a million times, I don't know how she reckons with the economical plan that's going to work while you have so many migrants in the country too that are being supported by tax dollars. I just don't see how those two things are going to actually work.
Well, I have a very different vision. I have a very different vision for our economy. I believe we need to grow our middle class and make sure our economy works for everyone, for people like the people in the neighborhood where I grew up and the hardworking Americans I meet every day across our nation. So I call my vision the opportunity economy. And it's about making sure everyone can find a job and more.
This is one of the things that people have a big issue with Donald Trump's his stance on tariffs. But, you know, ultimately, China is not going anywhere. And the unfair trade practices that China has, someone has to deal with that.
The US has blasted China for its, quote, unfair trade practices. Reuters reports that the US Deputy Chief of Mission in Geneva, David Bisbee, made the remarks Wednesday during the World Trade Organization's periodic trade policy review. He accused Beijing of failing to be transparent over government subsidies on aluminum, electric cars, shipbuilding, semiconductors and more. He highlighted China's preferential treatment for state enterprises and intellectual property rights, as well as cyber theft. Bisbee said that, despite the 2019 US-China Phase 1 trade deal, fundamental issues remain unresolved.
Building up the middle class and creating a job for everyone and all these things that sound great. It's all good. But when it really comes down to it, how exactly do you deal with the lack of manufacturing in this country, unfair trade practices, like I said, and all the migrants in the country that continue to come into the country that we're supporting? I mean, these are things that really need solutions.
Because frankly, having a job, I believe, in our ambition and aspiration should be baseline. I want Americans and families to be able to not just get by.
It's hard to buy it because when you, especially if you live in a sanctuary city, you have communities that are truly struggling, particularly Black and brown communities that are really struggling. People who pay taxes, lived here all their lives, raised their kids, their parents are from here, the grandparents are from here, who worked hard all their lives. And you have millions of people who came into the country who have been given stipends to live. None of us have a crystal ball. We don't know what they're going to do, either candidate. But you have to ask yourself about Kamala Harris. We're in a critical time right now. And not to mention, we have serious issues in the Middle East.
I want you to be able to save up for your child's education, to take a nice vacation from time to time. I want you to be able to buy Christmas presents for your loved ones without feeling anxious when you're looking at your bank statement. I want you to be able to build some wealth, not just for yourself, but also for your children and your grandchildren, intergenerational wealth.
You know, I really look at the Republicans because the things that I'm attracted to when it comes to the Republicans, I do like the idea of possibly Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, and a few others that may put together this board or coalition to audit the federal government, to get rid of a lot of wasteful spending. I mean, these are things that, you know, many people who are Democrats don't really look at, don't really think about how much money the government might be wasting, right? And these things directly affect the middle class, the ones who pay tons of taxes, and the rich pay plenty of taxes as well. So it's not like the rich don't pay. The rich actually pay the vast majority of taxes when you really do the numbers. So as I said before, if you've always voted Democrat, this is a good time to really take a step back and say to yourself, let me really look at this party. I just don't think this is the right play. So let me know what you guys think. Crucial Combo.